Yeah, hi guys. Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to Cat Ninjas. Good evening. Glad to have you here. I guess I am audible. I'm visible. So we are here maybe after a couple of days. So it is nice. The feeling is really good to be here. And I think we will take up one more episode on the numbers, right? One more episode on numbers. And meanwhile, you guys can confirm whether audio is clear, video is clear. All right. Good. 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 Yeah. Answer to your question. No idea, Sahil. Right, yeah, you are saying something that how did it receive? No idea. How did it receive? How didn't we receive? That's nothing to do with us. All right, so here we go. All right, let's get started. So Ritvik is here. Hi Ritvik, hello. Yep. All good? Fair enough. Fair enough. So how you guys doing? How you guys doing? All good here? Okay, Sahil, all right. Not really, maybe by mistake. Some of them could have done it. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So let's get started. Let's slowly get into the lecture. Meanwhile, you guys keep your notes, your books, all of that ready, pen ready. So here we go. So I am Belvi Srinivas. I've been working in this industry since 2007. So which means I'm training students for the various entrance exams, especially for CAT since 2007. And yes, so I worked with various organizations in various capacities and trained the students, trained the trainers, also have some exposure to good counseling, all of this. This is a little bit of background about me. Yes, one thing is for a period of time, those 14 years, I did develop some acute skills to train students in the areas of QA, DI, and DLR. So for any short counseling needs, so you can always reach out to me on this Telegram group, official Telegram group. Yes, of course, using this particular Telegram group, we can address some of the short concerns that you have. It could be academic or it could be admission related concerns. All of this we can address using this particular Telegram group. All right, so let me get into quick announcements before we get on to the lecture. So as all of you know, Unacademy offers two kinds of subscription. The one is Plus, the other one is Star. Star is nothing but iconic subscription, what we call it. So in Plus subscription, you get exposure to quite a few, or most all of them, all the structured courses. Different educators launch different kind of courses, maybe at the level one, level two, level three, likewise, right? On each topic, there could be different courses at different intervals of time. There are we call them as batches, batch launches, the structured courses, and along with that, you will also get the weekly test and. Of course, the recorded videos can always be seen, all right, just in case you would like to take a look at them. And in addition to that, in the iconic, you get one-to-one interaction facility with the mentor. So you can set up the meeting and you can discuss anything with related to the academics and the admissions and counseling, etc. Right? That's what we kind of do on the. That's what the iconic gives you the gives you it enables you to do that, right? There is some there is a discount till today, I think the mid of midnight today. So there is discount is in the discount is with respect to a couple of free months of subscription with whatever that you buy, and all these subscriptions, the listed prices, you get 10% discount when you use any of the educator code, including my code, which is Belvi 100. Right. If you're looking at CAT 21, and since till March, the things are going to be a little trickier from now to March, you can always look for 6 months iconic subscription so that you can avail most of one-to-one interactions. You can set up the meeting and you can discuss. That's something that you can do. So yes, pretty happy that some of you started writing the mocks. And technically, between today tomorrow, if you have not written the weekly mock, Friday can be the good day to write the weekly mock. Take a weekly mock on Friday and the weekend mock on Sunday. That can be one way that you can look at. The weekday mock can come either on Thursday or Friday. If you have not taken it today, today being a Thursday, the good way to start is start the month with a mock test. Scores really doesn't matter, but you can always start the month with a mock test, right? So Friday you can do one test, another one after Gandhi Jayanti you can do one on Sunday. Yes, if you have subscribed for Unacademy, then you get be it the plus subscription or the iconic subscription, with which you get two full-length mocks per week free and certain sectional mocks and also other management entrance OMETs. All right, that's what you get. That's there is one reigning offer, so in the sense like this course looks very pleasing at 6,000. There's a 2 month subscription of 6,000, which gives you to attend any course on the Plus platform. And technically, some of the top educators are conducting few revision batches, kind of. So you can take a look at this. Looks pretty good. So, and these are some of the good educators will be coming and doing a few revision lectures. There we go. So this is where we start. All right. So let's get into unleash into the lecture. Post announcements. Yes. So who are all here in the meeting? Can you give a quick confirmation? So maybe the time to exchange greetings. So we'll go ahead, exchange few greetings and get on to the lecture. Yeah, who are all there? Can you guys give some quick confirmation as we start? May I know who all in the meeting, who all have joined the meeting? Oh, great, great. Quite a few of you. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Glad to have you guys. So many names have come up. So it's I can read all the names, but then yeah, good. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sahil, there is something which I don't like. Don't try to be suggestive, right? Don't try to be suggestive. I know what to do, what not to do. I've been training students for years. So don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. Yeah. Let's solve. Yeah, I know we are here to solve. We are not here to be a time pass. We know that. We know that, right? Yeah. Suggestive tone is something which I don't like. Therefore, I also don't suggest thing to others, right? I also don't suggest thing to others unless they ask for a suggestion. All right, because suggestive is always irritating. That's what I feel. Trying to be overtly suggestive is irritating, right? Yeah, and especially from the learner, it is not expected, right? Let me be very honest, because I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm a trained teacher. So I expect certain protocols to be followed from either side, both from my end, also from your end. Why I'm setting up the things is, hey, because you also grow up, already you also grow up to become into the responsible positions. You need to know what to say, what not to say, right? In what tone to say, which tone not to say. These are very important protocols because you want to become good leaders and managers. Let's be very clear, right? Therefore, wherever I get an opportunity, I will correct also, right? I will correct because I feel that that's also my responsibility. It's my duty as a teacher, right? Teacher is not just teaching math. Teacher is also with respect to personality, characters, all of that, right? If I find somebody is having a weak character or a bad character, it is also my duty to tell them that, hey, it is something wrong. That's the point there, right? Yeah. Okay. Great. All right, guys. Fine. So let's get started here. So the pre-reads, basically what we are doing on numbers, or what we are doing on numbers is we are doing on-the-job training, right? We are doing on-the-job training. We are not doing like we have good luxury or liberty of time, kind of, and then we are trying to do the basic, and that's of course I'm revising the basics as I am doing, and that is what we did with divisibility, we did with LCM, we did with factors before that, right? We did with something with the numbers. That's what we kind of did. Okay, yeah. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I can see your names. Okay, I might not be taking your names. I have read all of your names. I'm taking cognizance of it. Yes, you can always exchange greetings. Even if I don't say back, don't bother it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Okay, great. So that's what we do. So on the job training is what we are kind of doing out here. So I am hoping that we kind of know a little bit of basics. So therefore we use that basics. Definitely I will revisit basic little bit wherever there is a stress point, right? So wherever it is, I kind of do it. So let's get into the lecture. So this is what we do because we need to be clear. Don't expect that we will do some basic. I'll start straight with a cat question. What we'll do is we will do a couple of cat question to start with just to understand that where are we, right? Where are we with respect to this? All these are level one questions to start with. Let's take a look at this question. Why don't you pour out your answers into this? Take a minute, maybe pour out your answers. Then I will come back and discuss the relevant basic if it is required, right? Where and when it is required, I will speak a little bit about the relevant basics. Meanwhile, you guys can try a little bit into this. Go ahead, push your thoughts a little bit. We all would have a cold start, but push a little bit, push faster. Is it an issue of a cold start? Okay. Kritika, what is not clear? The question is not clear or the screen is not clear? What is not clear? Is the question not clear or the screen not clear? Then probably you might have to change some settings, right? There will be three dots on the screen. There would be three dots on the screen. Click on those three dots, right, and change the pixel. Make it to 720p or something like that. Yes, Vedant. Same thing that you also have to do. What you got to do is it may be on the low resolution side. So click on the three dots. You will get the quality, right? Go to the quality of the current video. It might have been automatically set to lower pixel levels. Go to advanced and change it to higher pixel levels in the range of 1080 or 720. Change it, then it should be fine, right? If you do that change, then it should work better. Try that, guys. Try that. And if any help is required, somebody in the chat can help them. Somebody can help on the chart. All right, let me get back to the lecture. Before we do, let's understand this. Hey, what is this highest power of a number in n factorial? I will not go to the grassroots basics because it looks like you guys have a little bit of cold start and we have a lot intense questions to coming into the future, right? This is the very first sample question. As we go along, we will be naturally getting into a little bit of intense. So it's okay. Let me take 5-10 minutes to quickly brief you about what is this. A highest power of, say, prime numbers and composite numbers. We have two. Highest power of a prime number, say highest power of a prime number in n factorial, which would be different from highest power of a composite number in n factorial, right? There are two parts that we have. What do you mean by highest power of a prime number? Technically, if you say that, hey, I want to understand the highest power of 2 in 10, or highest power of 2 in 10 factorial, right? Highest power of 2 in 10 factorial, which means what is the highest power of 2 which divides? We all know that 2 power 1 will divide for sure. 2 power 2 also divides. See, technically, already, if I just have to quickly write it once for you to show, this is how it kind of looks, right? Up to 10 if I'm writing. I should not do this. It's a sin to do this at this point in time, 2 months before CAT. But nevertheless, let me quickly do that so that you don't trouble me as I get into deeper aspects of the lecture. Right. What is the highest power of 2? Every second number will have a 2. That's it. That's a point. Because you will write from 1. Every second number will have a 2. But how many 2's? That depends. There is only 1 2 here. There are 2 2's here. There is 1 2 here. 6 is nothing but 2 into 3. There are 3 2's here. 8 has nothing but 2 cube. And there is 1. In the sense, every alternate number would have at least 1 2. Similarly, had I written this 1 2 3 5, all right, 1 2 3 4 5 6, all right, this is the whole idea, because that was the understanding which was required to answer this question. That precisely this was the understanding which was required. Now, one is calculation, the other one is the understanding behind that calculation. Hey, if I ask you here, hey, tell me what is the highest power of 5 here, tell it in this 10 factorial. Every fifth number will give me a 10. Why? Every fifth number here and here, every fifth number would give a 10, but not necessary that there should be only one number. All right, not necessary that there should be only 1 5. In this case, it is 1 5 and 1 5. Okay, nevertheless, if I want the highest power of 3, every third number would give me that particular number. That's a point we are talking about. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, how do I get this? Therefore, what is the highest power of 2? If I count this in the first row, I have 5 numbers, 1 1 1, like this. All right, I have 1, all right, there are 5 numbers. Right, then 2 numbers here, another 1 and 1 and another 1, therefore it is 8. So how do I get this? Successive division is what I do to represent this particular thought. I will put this 10 factorial, but this factorial doesn't matter to me. So which means I wrote 10 natural numbers. How many numbers, how many alternate numbers, how many numbers are divisible by 2 out of 10? 5 numbers. Which are those 5 numbers? So these are the numbers. 2 is divisible. You are trying to say this. 2 divisible, 4 divisible, 6 divisible, 8 divisible, 10 divisible. However, some numbers between this are divisible by 2 square as well. 2 into 2 is 2 square. Second time divisible by 2. You are saying that there are 2 such numbers. You may say that, sir, 2 times is 4 and 1 is the remainder. Leave the remainder. Remainder is nothing to do with us. 2 times. So which are those 2 numbers? Here, already you are talking about this number as 4 and 8. There are 2 numbers which are divisible by 2 square as well. Again, you divide by 2, which means there is another number which is divisible by 2 cube as well, which is this one number. This one number is nothing but 8. This is the 8 you are talking about. This is how we kind of conceptualize this particular learning. And hence what we will do, what is the highest power of 2? We'll add 5 plus 2 plus 1. Two things. Number one is First, I know where these numbers are. For example, if you want to understand that highest power of 5 in all at 30 factorial, let's say I'm just telling you what is the highest power of 5 in 30 factorial. I know while writing 1 onwards, I have to stop at 5. I have to stop at 10. I have to stop at 15. I have to stop at 20. I have to stop at 25. I have to stop at 30. At 5. Of course, it's into. There are a lot of numbers in between. I get 1 5. I get 1 5. I get 1 5. I get 1 5 because 20 is 5 into 4. At 25, I get 2 5s. 5 square, 2 5s. At 30, again, I get 1 5. Therefore, I know that, hey, every fifth number will give me 1 5 for sure. But there may be instances where there can be more than one. But in general, I know that every fifth number would give me that provision if I'm looking for highest power of a prime number. Fair enough. I'll close it here. I don't even ask for a confirmation whether you understood or not, because it should be very, very crystal clear. Because at this point in time, somewhere already you would have already read about this. You would be clear about this. Fair enough. So I came to this particular question. So this is the point. So let me ask you one simple question here. If you are following this, guys, just answer this particular question. I will tell you these particular parameters. You just answer this. Highest power of 2. Highest power of 2 is 97 in 100 factorial. I'm giving you this data calculated. How did I calculate? I took 100 factorial, I divided it by 250 times, 225 times, and so on and so forth, right? Yeah. Highest power of 2 is 97 in 100 factorial. Highest power of 3, listen, highest power of 3 is 48 in 100 factorial. 105. I'm doing a warm up so that we'll get into the lecture after this. No more warm up after that, right? Highest power of 5 is 24 in 100 factorial, right? These are not dummies. These are the actual values. I kind of remember I've done these so many times in the last 14 years. Therefore, some numbers I remember. 100 factorial is one of those standard numbers. All right. Yeah. So having done this, now let me ask you some question. If I ask you that, hey, what is the highest power of 24 in 100 factorial? If I ask you a question that what is highest power of 24 in 100 factorial? See, because I said prime numbers, we know how to calculate. How do you calculate prime numbers? We simply take this 100 factorial. If I want highest power of 5, I would have divided like this. However, for composite number, if I want highest power of 24 in 100 factorial, we don't divide by this. 24 4 times is 96. Therefore, 4 is the answer. No, all right, we don't do this for composite. Composite, we always resolve it into primes. 24 is nothing but 2 cube into 3 power 1. 8 into 3. 2 cube into 3 power 1. Now you figure out that, hey, how many 2's are there in 100 factorial? You say that number of 2's are 97. Okay, 97. But how many 2's are required at a time? 3 2's are required at a time. Make the packages of 3. Therefore, take 2 3's and then pin them together. You have 97 2's like this. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 like this. You have 97 cards on which 2 is printed. First card, second card, third card, fourth card. What I'm trying to say, hey, pin them, man. Take 3 of them and pin them together because I want an 8. I want a 2 cube. Don't give me 1, 2 and all that. Therefore, you are saying that 97 divided by 3. This is the package that you are trying to say. You say that 32 packs you got. Okay, now coming to the 3. How many 3's I have? 3's I want in isolation. 3's one at a time. Just give me 3's one at a time. One at a time, the 3's is enough. So 3's, therefore, you say that there are 48 3's. Yeah. Okay, 48 3's. I want one at a time. And hence you say that you have 48 bundles ready. Now what a kid should do, he has to take one bundle and marry it. Number of 2's, all right, one bundle of number of 2's need to be married with one bundle of this. One bundle from the top need to be married with one bundle of this. Therefore, the child will say that number of bundles I can get is the minimum of these two, which is equal to 32 minimum. All right, it has to be minimum of these two, which is nothing but 32 here. So why minima? Because there will be 32 bundles here. There will be 32 bundles of 2. This will be the 32nd bundle. Some 3's will be left, but that will be useless. Now, this is the complete concept of this, right? This is the complete concept of dealing with the primes and dealing with the composite numbers, be it prime number, be it composite number. This is what you kind of deal with this. Okay, so now this story is clear. This is the background. What I said now for 10 minutes is the background. This is all the background one should know. Comfortable? Primes versus composite, comfortable? Highest power of a prime number in n factorial, highest power of a composite number. Nobody is going to ask these questions directly. Let me be very, very clear about it. Okay, sir, I know this. Will they ask me to calculate something like this? You must be kidding. If you think that cat is going to ask this, we must be kidding. They don't ask this. This is the background calculation. Just like I said that, hey, man, 72, how many factors are there? You write this as 2 power 3 into 3 power 2. And you say that, hey, okay, this can be dealt in 4 ways, 3 ways, 12 factors. But is anybody going to ask how many factors are there for the number? We must be joking. If you think that cat is going to ask that, Sometimes, rarely, right? Sometimes I'll let you know, so just to engage some people, they may ask. Otherwise, we must be really kidding. So if you say that, hey, is this calculation 97, 48, 24, right? Highest power of 24 is 32. Is this what cat will be interested? Of course not. They will try to come to the same point, but in a little bit of a roundabout fashion. So where some people will kind of start losing comprehension, etc. That is what cat kind of do it. All right, let's come to this question. Now, having understood this background, guys, give a confirmation that you understood the background. This is all the background. Background is clear. Other than Rishabh, Sumit, Prashant, and Anurag, can I can I get little more confirmations? Only if you are confirmed. Not confirmed, leave it. Don't type. If it is clear, then put that. Give back some confirmation that okay, it is making sense. I might have gone a little fast, but it was a revision, isn't it? I was not teaching. I was revising. Teaching starts now. Okay. Ritvik is clear. Praneeth is clear. Neelam is clear. That's nice. That's nice. Krishna is clear. Okay. Varshini is also fine. Okay, this is at least better. At least 10 of you kind of confirmed it. All right. Good. Good. I'm hoping that others also kind of clear but hesitant to type. All right. So see, here we go. The number of values of x less than 30, which means x is actually 30 factorial, less than 30 means 30 factorial, because x is attached with the factorial in the question here. 30 factorial ends in 6 zeros. Naturally, if I want a 0, first of all, I have to take something common here. We'll complete 0. If any number, forget all these premises, if any number should have 6 zeros, we understand that at 5, you start writing from 1 to 3 onwards. 5 is one pit stop, 10, and then 15 is where you gather your of course, there are a lot of intos in between. It's a continuous factorial number, right? 25 and 30, etc. 6 you want, at 5 you get 1. This is a mental calculation, that is all which is expected. You don't need any great algorithm to figure out how many 6 zeros means which factorial I need to stop at, right? We don't need any algorithm for it. It's a simple 5, 10, 15 can be counted in your mind. So you say that you get 1 5 here, you get 1 5 here, you get 1 5 here, and at 25 you get 2 5s. All right. By the time I go to 25 factorial, technically you are trying to say, man, by the time I go to 25 factorial, the highest power of 5 is 6. We kind of got it. Why? But you say that, hey, 6 zeros author is talking about. Correct. 6 zeros. What is 0? A power of 10. 10 power 6 means 6 zeros. N, a number, a non-zero number followed by 10 power 6 means a number or a non-zero number. Non-zero means the number is not ending in a 0. 10 power 6, when you put it, has to be attached with 6 zeros. Therefore, we all know that concept. 6 zeros means naturally 10 power 6. 10 power 6 is made up of 2 power 6 into 5 power 6. You may wonder, why didn't you calculate for 2 power 6? No brainer, because 2 comes in every alternate number, whereas 5 comes in once in 5 numbers. Therefore, if I can understand 5 power 6, 2 power 6 automatically gets covered. I don't have to bother much about 2 power 6. Therefore, I worried only about 5 power 6, and I said that 5 power 6 comes by the time I go to 25 factorial. And hence I am saying that the minimum value of x, therefore the minimum value of x minimum value of x is 25 factorial. 25, of course, x factorial, minimum value of x. Let me write factorial here, although I'm not writing on the other side 25. Hey, what if I make this to 26 factorial? Still there will be 5 zeros, right? I'm not coming to this question, I'll complete later. What if I make 26 factorial? Will the number of zeros get affected? Of course not. What about 27? It won't get affected. What about 28? Number of zeros, which means number of 5s won't be affected. What about 29? Number of 5s won't be affected. What about 30? Number of 5s get affected, right? If I go to 30, number of 5s will increase by 1, but author wanted 6 zeros, not at least 6 zeros. He wanted 6 zeros, not 7th zero anymore, right? 6 zeros. Therefore, you would say that 25 factorial is fine, 26 is fine, 27 is fine, 28 is fine, 29 is fine. Any of these values are fine. That's what author is trying to tell us. Fair enough. If this is fine, then will this also hold as an answer here to this particular question? Of course, yes. Take one of them. What if I plug this number as 25 factorial here? 50 factorial minus 25 factorial. You naturally write this as 20 factorial times of. So 20 factorial gone, then you will have 26 into 27 into 28 like this up to 50 minus 1. That is what you write. So naturally there will not be any more zeros inside, for a simple reason that, hey, there is a 0, this number will end with a 0. When you subtract 1, naturally it will end in 9. So therefore, no more zeros inside. All the zeros have been taken out the moment you took 25 factorial outside. Hey, what if I would have taken the same number as 26 factorial? In the sense, okay, here, all it had I written this as 50 factorial minus 26 factorial. Sure, you would have taken 26 factorial common, and then you would have written this as 27 into 28 into like this factorial. You write up to 50, then minus 1. Because this 26. Naturally, this number ends in a 0. Minus 1, the number will end in 9. There will be no more zeros inside the bracket. And hence, you can safely conclude that the x can take 5 values, which are nothing but 25 to 29. Concept clear, friends? Concept clear? Everybody concept clear? Concept clear? Concept is clear? Yeah, right, right. Okay. Akansha, that's a very vague question. Crack has different meaning for different people. Crack can be 80 percentile for somebody. Crack can be 99.8 percentile for somebody. Cracking cat is different. Cracking cat start with what is your target goal, and then you say that okay, how do I reach that goal, right? So crack cat is crack cat doesn't make sense, right? Everybody cracks cat. Everybody cracks cat, no doubt. Everybody cracks cat based on their ambition. If somebody says that cracking cat means 70 percentile, sure, that fellow also cracked it. That fellow also cracked it because all he wanted was 70 percentile. Okay. Fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. All right. Take a minute, guys. Quick, quick, quick. For go into the groove. Fall into the groove. Everyone fall into the groove. A minute. Get me the answer, please. Go ahead. Everybody go ahead. Push yourself. Don't deviate your attention here and there. Stick to the lecture. Focus. Concepts are clear now. Concept revision is done. Answer. Start answering. This is a cat question as it is. Okay. Anybody wants some more time? Is it taking so much time here? Right. Okay, it should be divisible. So what do we do? Let's look at this number. Any composite number, take a look at this particular number, 85000. Nothing but what? 85 into 10 raised to power 3. Nothing but what? 17 into 5 into 5 power 3 into 2 power 3. So technically you are saying that the n should be in such a way that the highest power of 2 should be 3, the highest power of 5 should be 4, and highest power of 17 should be 1. So your n should be divisible by 2 power 3, it should be divisible by 5 power 4, it should be divisible by 17 power 1. Your n should be divisible by all of them. Therefore, you know that the n value should be greater than 17 for sure. The one look at it, 17, if the number has to be divisible by 17, that is, it's a factorial, right? The smallest natural factorial. If n has to be 17 is a prime number, so naturally your value of n should be greater than or equal to 17. No answer less than 17 is accepted the moment you break this particular number. Because see, if you write only till, because some of you are answering some questions here and there, first look at this one. Look at this question is what? Hey, think of a number greater than 17. At the same time, all it greater than 17, hey, what is the highest power of 2? Ignore, because if the highest power of 5 is 4, 2's will come in every alternate number. 5 is what I'm interested in. Look for a number greater than 17, at the same time divisible by 5 as well, right? Therefore you say that, hey, 1 into like this, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Probably this is good enough. There is 1 here. Think of something greater than 17. Have a pitch stop at that. So here there is 1 5, there is 1 5, and there is 1 5. So therefore you say that 20 factorial would be the smallest natural number. 25, n value is 20. 20 is the smallest number that you can think of. Making sense? Everybody clear about this? Everyone clear? Shouldn't take much time. All you got to do is look at your divisor, write them as its prime components, and then figure out, do have a judgment on those numbers. Take a judgment based on those numbers. Right? Very simple. Highest power of a 5 should be 4, highest power of a 17 should be 1. Right? Pretty simple question. Okay? Fine. Let's move further. Let's move further. Any question, any doubts here? Anybody, any doubts here? We'll keep going a little deeper and deeper and deeper. Make it a little more intensive. It's a simple concept. Can't make much intensive, of course. Right? But at least this should be clear. What we are doing must be clear, at least because these are some simple ones that I'm pulling in the beginning. All good? Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Very nice. Fine. Let's take a look at this question. Cat question as it is. Take a minute. Think about it. A minute, minute and a half. If time required, we will extend a little bit and think. Yeah, think about it. How many zeros will be there at the end of the product of this? Go ahead, everybody, go ahead. Okay, I will extend little more. It's okay to think. Think. Everybody think. Think what is the answer? What is the reasonable answer? Hmm. All right, good. 2 minutes is actually a good time, right? 1 minute was I was trying to push you a little bit, but 2 minutes is a good time. Around 2 minutes, if somebody takes to close this particular question, that would be good. Even the previous questions of CAT, what I did had answer options. I deliberately removed the answer options, right? The previous questions, I deliberately removed the answer options because sometimes answer option need not be given as long as it's an integral number. They can ask us to type as well. So therefore, I need to prepare from both perspectives. Here I gave the answer options because they can't ask us to type these answer options. Some of the answer options can never be theta questions. Some of them are theta type. Some of them can be both theta type as well as the MCQ type. But however, some of them can never be theta type. They have to be MCQ because you can't say that, hey man, 10 factorial, 8 factorial, all these things you will evaluate and type that answer. That's not possible. That's not possible, right? Okay, coming to this first bit. There is no 5 in this. I'm collecting 5s. I have to add. I have to collect the 5s. Are these in 2 factors? Basically, look at the base because base is 1. What should have a 5? Does 2 factorial power is later? Is the base having a 5? No. So therefore, leave it. Okay, coming to the second base. When I went to 4 factorial, is there a 5 in 4 factorial? No, because when you write 1, 2, 3, 4, there is no 5 in it. Okay, next I went to 6 factorial. Is there a 5 in 6 factorial? Yes, because you wrote it as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Right, this whole of this raised to power 6 factorial. That is what you said. Nothing but what? Hey, 5 raised to power 6 factorial. 6 is also raised to power 6 factorial. Every number inside is raised to the power 6 factorial. But I'm interested in this. 5 raised to power 6 factorial. 6 factorial is 720. You are trying to say that, man, I collected 6 factorial 5s here. I'm saying how many 5s you gathered. You are saying that the number of 5s you gathered are 6 factorial. Technically, 725s is what you got, right? 725s is what you got. Fair enough. Coming to this 8 factorial, is there a 5 in 8 factorial? Yes. When you're writing 1, 2, 3 like this, of course you would have written 5 here. After you closed with 8. Raised to power what? 8 factorial. Implies each power was raised to 8 factorial. Hey, how many 5s you gathered then? 8 factorial. Very large number. 8 factorial. And then you are saying that, hey, I gathered 8 factorial 5s here. Law of indices, you got to add the powers, not multiply the powers, right? Therefore, you gathered 6 factorial from here. However, when you go to this 10, call it 10 factorial, when you go to this 10 factorial, you have a 5 coming up and then you have a 10 also coming up. So therefore, listen, all it here, this is raised to 10 factorial. This is also raised to 10 factorial. There's a 10 factorial in the sense, hey, I will get 10 factorial 5s here. Here also I will get 10 factorial 5s. Why? A 10 is nothing but 2 into 5. I'm getting it double, which means 10 factorial plus 10 factorial. 2 times of 10 factorial is what I'm getting. And that's what you need to say here. Here, from here, I'm getting 2 times of 10 factorial. I'm getting 2 times of 10 factorial. Therefore, total power of 5 is 6 factorial plus 8 factorial plus 2 times of 10 factorial. Understood, my friends? Everybody understood? Everybody understood? Everybody understood what we are trying to do here? Clear? Is there a clarity? Is there a clarity here? Everyone, confirm. Confirm. Everybody clear? All right. Can I get some more confirmations? I guess it's a simple questions what we are doing. Why only 5, 6 confirmations? Should be few more. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, in fact, this was the answer D. Okay, this was the answer D. I removed and made it as none. That's it, right? I made it as none just to trick your mind, right? Sometimes when we look at the answer options, we become a little more alert. Don't worry about it, right? So because when this answer option comes here, you become a little more alert. Hey, why this two is coming? All right, your mind would be pushed to think. What I did is I wanted you to push yourself. Therefore, I removed this fourth answer option, which was actually this, and I changed it to none. See, these things I'll be doing on CAT questions, right? These things, when I do, actually, I put a star. I didn't put a star. That's it. These are the small thing that I did there. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, most of the CAT question I will retain as it is. I will do some cosmetic changes because we are learning, right? We are not expecting that same CAT question will come once again. Idea is what? Hey, there is a learning point in that CAT question. There are so many CAT questions where there is no learning. It's a banal in the sense like it's just a road. So therefore, we just leave it. Okay. It's not that every CAT question should be done. CAT questions where there is some learning which will help us to corroborate, strengthen our concept. That is what we do. There are some CAT questions which will not strengthen any concept, right? They are there just to be there. So we don't bother to do them. I don't bother to pick and do them. That's it. Unless it's a warm-up kind. All right. Yeah. Okay. Great. Let's go on. Good, Rishabh. Good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Right. Sahil, you are getting confused. How did you neglect 4 factorial means what? All right, okay, you wrote it as 24. 24 raised to power 4 factorial. You said that I will write 4 factorial is 24. Tell me 24 raised to 4 factorial. Is there a 5 in it, my brother? Is there a 5 in it? If you write 24, where is a 5 in 24? Where is 5 in 24? In 24 factorial, there is a 5. In 24 raised to power 4 factorial, there is no 5. If there is no 5, then why am bothered? Therefore, I'm saying that I'm removing it. You're getting confused. Night 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, right? You need to take a sip of water. Take water, re-energize. Water with glucose also will do sometimes. Or a cup of coffee, tea, not now. Don't go for a coffee now. Drink water, it should be fine. Okay, fine, let's go in here. No, that's a practical tip. It is not simple suggestion. It's a practical tip. Dehydration sometimes chokes the brain. Science. I'm talking science. Okay, let's come to another CAT question. Try this, my friends. Everyone, try this. Take a minute and try this. Okay, minute can be a little lesser time. Let me really give 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a good time to do this cat question because now you know the concepts. Don't worry, Kritika, we can come back to that later. Go ahead with this. There is no factorial here, but somewhere related with it, right? Because zeros is a function of something. Because of this, I'm categorizing this question into the concept that we are doing today. Because of zeros, I'm categorizing. There were answer options. I removed answer option. Okay, is it still taking time? Okay, okay, all right. Put in your numbers. Okay, okay. I will wait for 5-10 seconds. Put in your numbers. Maybe you should be around the time to get the answer. All right. Hmm. Fine, good enough, good enough. Otherwise, we'll run out of time. Let's do this. Let's do this. Good. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so you understood the pattern. 5 raised to power 5. So you know that, hey, where are my 5s going to come? Number of zeros is a function of 5. I should not bother about 2s because you know that, hey, there will be plenty of 2s because by the time you collect 5s here, hey, there are already 2s and there are already 2s which have come before that, right? There are already plenty of 2s. That's not a problem. So the problem seems to be with 5s, right? The problem seems to be with 5s. Therefore, number of zeros is a function of what? 2 raised to power something and 5 raised to power something. Naturally, this yx will be greater than y. X which is greater than y means what? In this given entire number A, number of 2's would be much, much higher. 2x would be much, much higher when compared with y. Therefore, focus on finding the y. That will tell the story of how many zeros are there. Okay, so where are these 5's coming from? So these are the numbers where 5's are coming from, 5 power 5. Then you would have 10 power 10. Then you would have 15 power 15, right? 20 raised to power 20, 25 raised to power 25. Like this, this is what you are kind of doing up to 100 raised to power 100. This is where I'm going to get my 5's from. Every fifth number is where I'm going to get my 5's. So listen, all right, by now. So from the beginning, I did this. There will be some things which will be coming little higher. Okay, this is 5. I will take this 5. So here it is going to be 1 5. Therefore, I will take 10. So this 15, I would take it. This 20, I will take it. However, this 25, I will take it 2 times. You may wonder, why, sir? What is wrong? Why you are taking 22 times? Right? So because 25 is nothing but 5 square, isn't it? 5 square raised to power 25. Therefore, it is 5 square means 50. Therefore, there is 125. There is a second time 25 here. This is what you do. What about 30? 30 raised to power 30. I will take 30 only because a 30 is nothing but 6 into 5. 6 into 5. There is only one 5 there. So therefore 30. However, like this, okay, you want on to get the pattern. Now, what is the problem? 50 is the problem. 75 is a problem. The problem means what? Hey, this is where the duplications happens because these numbers are multiples of 25. These numbers are multiples of 25, 50, 75. then 5 cube will come at 125. That is not there. Therefore, I'm not worried about it. Here, you would have 50 raised to power 50 means when you went on to write this series, this 50 should be accounted two times because this is 5 square. All right, 50 is nothing but what? What is this 50? 5 square into 5 square into 2 raised to power 50. Therefore, this 50 is coming twice here. Similarly, on 75 also, this is 5 square raised to power 3. This whole thing raised to power 75. That is what my 75 is. I hope by now you guys might have understood the pattern. So 75 would be double counted. Why? 75 has a 5 square hidden in it. Similarly, what about 100? 100 is 5 square into 2 square, which means this 100 is also double counted, which means these numbers need to be added separately. So all these are multiples of 5. It is a GP, geometric progression, right? So one series is a geometric progression. How do I get the sum? Add the first term and the last term. There are 20 terms of a geometric progression. First term is 5. Last term is 105. Divided by 2 is the arithmetic progression. Add these two terms, you got an AM. AM into how many terms? 20 terms. Gives me what? Gives me this series, this box. This box can be calculated easily. Why? 5, 10, 15, 20, they are in AP. How do I find the sum of the AP if I know the first term and the last term? I will add the first term with the last term, divide by 2, that becomes the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean into 20. Why 20? There are 20 terms, right? 5 to 100, 5 ones are 5, 20 times is 100. So therefore 20 terms are there. That adds plus. But however, don't forget to add this additional element. Plus what? Plus 25, 50, 75 and 100. Don't forget to add. All right, no, so don't forget to add these numbers, all right, which is nothing but, so how much? So 250. Don't forget to add this 250. What is 250? These values. These values add up to 250. Hence, the overall answer becomes 1300. Comfortable, friends? Everybody clear on this? Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Everyone clear? 1300 is the correct answer. 1300 is the right answer. Okay, don't forget to add this. This is where people tend to make a mistake. And this is what cat catches us. This is what they do. A small catch. They will create a small bait, small catch. Sakshi, why did you add them? The powers are added, right? In an exponential number, the powers are added. What you should do with these powers? These are all into, right? These are all into. These are all into. What you should do with these powers? All the five. See, you are trying to, what is this five? Try and understand what is this particular 5 when you are trying to say there is a 5 power 5. What is this 10? 5 power 10. Of course, in 10, there is a 2 and a 5. 2 power 10 into 5 power 10. I am not taking 5. 5 power 10. What is this 15 when you are writing? This is 5 power 15. Of course, you may say that, hey, this 15 is 3 power 15 into 5 power 15. I'm not interested in 3 power 15. Like this is what you went on to do. So how do you understand that finally what is the highest power of a 5 means what? You got to add these numbers, isn't it? Isn't it? We have to add these numbers. Yeah, don't lose comprehension, guys. Don't lose comprehension. Okay, don't lose comprehension. Right. Okay. Hey, are you all learning something? Yes, no. You're getting some clarity how the questions would be asked. Nobody will ask us to calculate something, right? Nobody will tell us that I will give 100 factorial. Please tell me what is the highest power of 5 in this. No, no, no. Don't expect such questions. Okay. Done. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's go on. Let's go on. Fine. Okay. So here we go. Try this. So at least three people said they are learning something. Sumit is learning, Kunal is learning, five people. Okay, others are also learning. Okay, yeah. Somebody logged in by name internship. What is your question? Want to ask which is the best entrance exam for admission to foreign? Admission in foreign for MBA. GMAT, right? GMAT. Hmm. Good. All right. Good, Sahil. Yeah, Sahil is also learning. Hmm. Go ahead, solve this. Okay, should I time it? So let me time it about a minute and a half. Two. Yeah, try. Everybody try. Beautiful question. Hmm. All right, fine, fair enough. Let's go in here, friends. Let's go in. Let's try and check what is this particular question. Let's see. Okay, if n factorial, do it with me. Let n factorial and 4n bracket factorial ends with 13 zeros and 55 zeros respectively. Which of the following is a factor of n? All right, therefore I need to find n, then I'll be able to tell the factor of it. Let's try and see if there is one number or there are many numbers. So can it be determined? Can't it be determined? Let's try and figure it out. First, let me go to these 13 zeros, right? Let me go to 13 zeros. If you simply take 50 factorial, take 5 here, a 5 10 times 50, 5 2 times. So therefore you say that, hey, somewhere around 50 factorial should be the number. This n factorial has 13 zeros, means somewhere about 50 factorial, right? Because 50 fact, how do you get this ballpark figure? You kind of understand that, hey, 13 zeros means every fifth number will have a zero. So it's just a ballpark figure. There are algorithms also for this. We will speak about it at a later stage. In some other lecture, we'll speak about it, because once we get into it, it becomes another study altogether. Is there a way to find out how we get 33 and how we get 55? Yes, there is an algorithm for that also. But let's not get into that, because that becomes another study of 20-30 minutes, right? So let's keep that aside. Let's keep that aside. Let's go by common sense to start with, because 5 is one of the numbers which they keep using. 13 zeros means what? 13 fives. All right, 5 raised to power 13. That's what I'm talking about. So n factorial, ballpark figure. 513 means what? 50, somewhere closer to 50, because we know that in between some numbers will produce more than 1 5. So therefore you say, take an approximation of 50 factorial, and then you start there 5 10 times. In the sense, 10 plus 2, 12. You are trying to say that 5 power 12 is the best power of 5 in 50 factorial. Therefore, what? 55 factorial, the highest power of 5 in 55 factorial would be 13. So that is the first pit stop that you will have. First pit stop, in the sense, what you understand here, 5 power 13, if it is required, the minimum value of n has to be 55 factorial. Guys, give a confirmation that is 55 factorial clear. Is the 55 factorial clear? Okay, somebody logged in by name Internship World. I don't recognize. Don't worry. If you're preparing for CAT 22, sign off from this lecture. Don't worry. We will do that when we do for CAT 22. We will discuss differently. All right. Don't be hassled now. Don't be hassled. What is happening here? All right. It all looks like Greek and Latin sometimes. You don't worry. If you're preparing for CAT 22, sign off. Don't worry. Okay, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. Don't worry about this at this point in time. This is for CAT 21. If you look at the title of this lecture, it is written as CAT 21 very clearly, right? CAT 21. When we do for CAT 22, we will discuss in a different way. Good. All right. 55 is clear. Okay. All right. To all of you, 55 is clear. Fair enough. Now, coming to this. Therefore, if n is 55, what are the other values n can take? 56 also. N can take 57 also. Of course, it's a factorial. It can take 57 also. It can take 58 also. It can take 59 also, right? It can take 59 also. Okay. How you calculated the 5? See, ballpark figure. I just said every fifth number will have a 5. Right? When you want to collect a 5, how did we do that? Every fifth number will have a 5. 5, 10, 15, like this. So when I looked at this 13, all right, when I say that I want the highest power to be 13, just a ballpark figure. If I want 13, I should not say that in 20 factorial I will get 13 is the highest power of 5. So we will say that, hey, let me go a little farther. We will go a little farther. Think in the range of 50s and 60s. Why 50s? Because you know that 5 you will get 1, 10 you will get 1, 15 you will get 1. By the time you go to 50, you will get at least 10, 5 tens are, 5 tens are, which means at least around 10 it is there. So from there, at least till there you calculate 50 factorial. What is the highest power of 5 in 50 factorial? Divide by 5, 5 10 times. 5 2 times 10 plus 2 is how much? 2 to 12. Therefore you say that in 50 factorial the highest power of 5 is 12. But what you wanted? You wanted 13. You wanted 13. If you wanted 13 to be there, then go to the next one, 55, because 51 factorial will not give you another power of 5. When you go to 55, it would automatically become 5 raised to power 5 raised to power 13. So therefore come here. So 55 factorial is fine, 56 is fine, 57 is fine, 58 is fine, 59 is fine. 60 factorial is not fine, because it will become, instead of 13 zeros, it would become 14 zeros now. right? It would become 14 zeros. Okay, now the values of n are this. What are the values of n you are talking about? These are the values of n: 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 4 times of 55. Now what I'm trying to identify, find out what is 4 times of n. Factorial symbol is there. Forget factorial symbol for the time being. 55 4 times. All it becomes what? 220. What is the next number? 224. What is the next number? 228. What is the next number? 232. What is the next number? 236. Right. These are the values of n. Now, identify a ballpark figure. Hey, in 220 factorial, identify which one now has 55 zeros. Hey, is 220 having 55 zeros? Or 224 would have 55 zeros? Or 228 would have 55 zeros? Let's identify. Of course, factorials, my friends. These are factorials, right? Don't try to identify fives in 220, right? 220 factorial. How do? You take this 220, start here. Why debunk that? Start there. 220 and divide this by 5. Let's divide this by 5. 220 by 5. Right, yeah. So therefore, you say that 44. All right, 5 8 times. Then you will say that 5 1 time. So, and hence you say that, okay, this is nothing but 53, sorry, 52 plus 1, 53. You say that highest power of 5 is 53, 5 raised to power 53. Next number, this also would be 5 raised to power 53, because when you travel from 220 to 224, you don't get extra 5 there. You will not have the privilege of getting extra 5 there. When you go to 228, it will become 5 raised to power 228. All right, you will get a 5 raised to power 55. You may wonder, how do you get 5 raised to power 55 there? Think about it. When you go up to, so you are already at 220 factorial, right? 220. So which means you started with 1, you ended up at 220. Now you are getting 225 also. When you are traveling till 228 factorial, 228, you get 225. Till here the collection was 53. At 225, this is 25 into 9. What do you mean by 25? 25 means you'll get another 2 5s, that is 5 square. You will get 5 raised to power 53 into 5 square, which has become 5 raised to power 55, and that is what you wanted. And hence you are saying that, man, my number is 57, my number is 57, and 4n is 228. Because if you go to 232, 30 comes there, it will become 5 raised to power 56. By the time you go there, it is 56. By the time you come here, it will become 5 raised to power 57. So where is my 55 power coming? It is coming here. Did I identify my n? Yes. Did I identify my 4n? Yeah. Using n and 4n, you identify the actual, a single value of n, which is 57. What are the factors of 57? Is 11 a factor? No. Following author said 11 is not a factor, 13 is not a factor, 19 is a factor, because it is 19 into 3. Comfortable? Everybody got this? Everybody got this? Understood? Understood? Everyone understood? Guys, this is the minimum depth of understanding which is required, right? When we understand that we know how to find highest power of a number in a factorial, this is the expectation. Solving this is the expectation. We might take some time, but this is the expectation. Hmm. Right, good, good. All right. Fine. So what you do is take this question as a homework. Take this question as a homework. We will discuss this in the next class. When we meet next, we will introduce this and we will discuss this. Take this as a homework. Try this out. Everybody try this out. Okay, try this particular question. What is the highest power of 24 that divides? And I will not tell the answer, because if I tell the answer, so it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. So of course it has to be an integer. So you take this particular question, then we will figure that out. Yeah. That is right, Ankit. What you said is right. Okay, guys, did you all learn something? So I'm closing the lecture here. Basically, I'm closing the inputs here. So we will figure out what is there in the store for the next month. I hope it's a good end to the month of September, because I think this will be the last lecture you might be watching in this month. So I got the privilege to take your last lecture. So did this help you? So at least, so I thought that let's finish on a good note, the month of September. Of course, we welcome the month of October also on a good note. That is also true. But then at least let's conclude the month on a good note. So did it make sense? How many of you learned something? Why don't you put something in the chat? All those who learned something. Yeah, because I at least had a thought that let's finish on a good note, right? On a learning thought, some learnings at least. right? Okay, okay, good. At least five, six of you are saying that it is making sense. Hmm. All right. Yeah, try this question later. No hurries, no hurry now. So you try this question later. Let's quickly understand what is in store. So tomorrow, 1st of October, I'm shifting my time to 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. we will do a concept from permutation combination. I will not do the basic again. All right, now about less than 60 days to cat. So again, what we do is, hey, go read little bit pre-reads, right? Pre-reads about permutation combination. Don't panic. Of course, as you know, I will quickly revise. Don't worry. So whatever I'm doing it, I'm revising it, right? That I'm doing anyway, but I do it little faster. Unlike I do for CAT 21, where teaching something for half an hour, 1 hour. What I do, I recap it in about 5-10 minutes, right? I give an indicator question, then I kind of recap it in 5-10 minutes kind of time. So do some pre-reads, because when you get into the top-notch B schools, you will do a pre-reads in the range of 100 pages per day. I'm not asking you to do 100 pages, etc. Do something. Don't come with a blank slate that, hey, I did permutation in the 10th standard, 11th standard, and now I'm sitting out here. No, don't do that. Do it something tonight or tomorrow morning. Tonight could be late. Probably get up tomorrow morning and revise something about permutation combination. Revise whatever you feel like revising. Don't doesn't matter. But do something. Carry a fresh thought in your mind, fresh orientation in your mind. Do that. Then we will talk about from the grouping. There are four types of grouping. We'll pick one of them, and then we will speak about that particular parameter. And tomorrow night we will speak about DINR, right? Especially on the front of binary logic, one of the simple topic. So we will start these two. That's on tomorrow. All right, that's what is coming up for tomorrow. That's 1st of October. We will start with this. And all of you, those who like the lecture, in the sense you are following it, liking it, if you genuinely like it, put it as a like, right? Before, after doesn't matter. So whether you are doing it online, offline, doesn't matter. If you like it, express that you like it. You don't dislike it, dislike it. All it no dislike it, whatever it is, right? But do that. Do something out there. Yeah, that's pretty much yes, guys. So now tell me if you have some questions. Now probably this is your time. You can put whatever you are asking. I will quickly take some time to answer. Very encouraging. Kunal, nice. Mm, that's right, Sahil. Almost every day. I don't say that all 5-6 days I do it. I kind of do it on 4 days, Sahil. I do it on 4 days. Yeah. Nice, Kunal. Glad to hear that. Yeah, that's right, Rushav. That is right. That is right. That is right. Okay. Repeat. If I've left any comment, put that there. If I've left anything to read in between, and if you're expecting an answer, you can put it now. So those who want to break off now, this you can. So I will see you guys tomorrow. So I wish you all a blessed month of October. It's a big month for all of us. Okay, so let's rock that particular month. Fine. So I'm signing off. I'm not seeing any comments coming up. So I'm signing off. I will see you guys tomorrow. All of you sleep well, eat well, rest well. Good night. Good night. God bless.